Am I the asshole? Grab your chai, grab a cat, and let's find out. I met Sarah about a year ago when we were neighbours. We weren't super close, more like casual dog walk friends, but eventually I got folded into her circle. When she invited me to her bachelorette, I was honestly surprised, but I was also excited since it would be my first girls' weekend away since having my daughter. Still, I had some reservations. During planning, she said she wanted this trip to be crazy. You know what happens when they say crazy? Since it was her last hurrah, and that she hoped to hook up with guys. Ew. I don't judge. Well, I do. I judge. I don't judge what other people do in their relationships, but it honestly turned me off from the group dynamics. You don't say, I would have been like, girl, bye. I don't have the luxury of just dropping everything for wild weekends. If I'm going to spend the time away from my family, I want it to be with good people, okay, for a good time and no drama. That makes sense to me. I had a gut feeling this wasn't that trip. Flight alone cost $600 and the Airbnb was $500 per person, which I paid the majority up front. On top of that, I was already nervous about leaving my daughter. I feel like that about my sons. Look. Oh, they want to fight. Look at this one. I was already nervous about leaving my daughter who has an ongoing health issue. When I first agreed, I was transparent. I told Sarah, if you need the head count locked, I'll back out now. Otherwise, we can see how her health progresses. She told me it was fine to wait and see, and I paid the deposit. Okay, fair enough. She's given her a get out clause and she's like, okay, I'll pay the deposit. Months later, two big things collided. My daughter's health still isn't stable and my husband's grandmother's memorial ended up being on the same weekend. My husband told me I should still go. Nice husband. He was like, go with your girls. And that he would handle everything. But since this would have been the first time leaving my daughter, I was already uneasy and the idea of him traveling alone with her made it even harder. So I told Sarah I couldn't go. Now, she's insisting I still owe her the second half. If the group splits it, it's around $20 more per person. Is that it? $20. Okay. She told me her friends can't afford that. It's $600 for the flights, $500 for the Airbnb. So that's like $1,100. And she's saying they can't afford an additional $20. But honestly, if it's $20 and that is a deal breaker, they probably shouldn't be going on this trip at all. She seemed more upset about the maths than about anything I was going through. When I tried to explain how tough things have been, she said, are you ready for this one? I think I'm being very empathetic. This is supposed to be a fun time for me, and I'm stressed and being understanding about the fact that you can't go because of your daughter. To me, that sounded incredibly self-centered. What do you reckon? Self-centered, Nablus? I think Nablus agrees. Part of me wants to pay it just to avoid the drama. But I've done girls' trips before and people drop out sometimes. It happens. It's not like I'm leaving them to cover hundreds of extra dollars. My friends that I have vented to have all said the same. Just have them figure it out. I'm not asking for my deposit back. I already feel guilty about the whole situation. To make things even more awkward, she sent me a message saying I should tell the group myself. I barely know most of these girls. Meanwhile, my family has thousands in medical expenses for my daughter's care. One day, maybe Sarah would understand, but right now, it feels like she's incapable of seeing past her own weekend. So am I the arsehole or is it my cats? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is she the arsehole? Is Sarah the arsehole? Or is Nablus the arsehole?